The green flag from the official means we're ready. It's Cam's Jayco Formula 4, their last round on the island. Are we about to see a new champion crowned? Well, Randall has got a fantastic jump, and that might be enough to send it to Sydney right there, if he can hang tough on the outside. Gretsch looks to the inside of Will Brown, and Lloyd wants to argue the lead, gets it down at turn 1.
So I think Randall got the initial launch, but there may be a little bit too much wheel spin and just lost the momentum perhaps on the first to second gear shift. And Jordan Lloyd was able to get through, but it's very busy back in the pack. This is Harry Hayek on the left, Lewis Leeds you're on board with, and that's Tom Gretsch just up the road.
This is tight. Leeds flat through turn 3. That's Stoner corner, everyone on the defensive side of the racetrack. Lloyd not even giving Randall half a chance. Jamming his Miguel to the inside line. Close quarters action. Leeds out in the ripple strip on the way up to Siberia with the clouds looming. Look at Randall trying to go the high side for the leader and getting a great exit out of there. He's got a bit of a run.
He's running with him. He needs to latch onto the gearbox and stay with him on this opening lap. Jordan Lloyd's been very quick on the first lap on cold tyres, and that's what wins your races and then championships. But if he can stay with him, he can have a crack first time around on the front straight. Just try and get through on that toe. He really needs to not let him get more than a car length up on these first couple of laps.
All 10 cars, nose to tail. Wings and slick stuff are right on board with a young teenage lady, Caitlin Wood. This is going to be an exciting run down the front straight. Remember what happened in race 2? 1 or 2 little raindrops appearing on the camera. Nothing unusual for this track. As Vernon jumps to the inside of Will Brown.
Oh,
Brown's got a problem.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He's looking in the mirrors there. So something's gone wrong. Randall wasn't able to tow up that time round, but he hasn't lost ground on Jordan Lloyd. But unfortunate for Will Brown. Did he miss a gear? Has he got a problem in that car? And it looks like he hasn't come around. So that's a real shame for Will Brown, who is looking solid to potentially be on the podium for this round.
Replay at the start. Wow, out like a shot.
Great initial launch, but I'm just not sure if he left an upshift a little bit too late or just got a little bit of wheel spin after that. Oh, he's trying to go up the inside. Well, that was a last minute option called that one by Tom Randall.
Look at Zane Goddard going with him too. This is better from Zane. Love to see him run at the front. Deserving of being there after his qualifying form. He's ahead of Vernon and Leeds. If they finish the way they are, the points gap will be unassailable. Leeds flat, top gear, through Hayshed, Lukey Heights. Vernon's car wiggling around. Hancock still building up the heat. Downshift back to second. Pick the throttle up early. You need a good exit because you're going to be on the loud pedal the whole way to Southern Loop.
He's actually in a good spot here because if you're too close coming onto the straight, it tends to just upset the front of the car and the toes. So you need to be, maybe he's a little bit too far back, but about 1 car length off, and then you can really use that toe and hopefully be pulling alongside at the end of the front straight. So Lewis Leeds. Oh, look at Gretsch doing the move on Lewis Leeds. So it looks like Tom Gretsch just got that spot back.
Oh, and Leeds is out and wide, has to lift. Gretsch has done enough to sneak on through, and Goddard was getting very close to Randall as well. 4 or 5 stabs on the throttle there as Leeds tries to focus. The engine change for Randall hasn't really helped, has it? That car still looks a little bit glum in a straight line. What's up with the Dream Motorsport cars? They just seem to be down that extra horsepower too. 160 horsepower cars in a straight line.
So Walkinshaw Automotive Group do all the engine and drivetrain work for this championship. We had a look at the data. It looks like when Tom went to get a gear, unfortunately yesterday, it hit the rev limiter, which means when you hit the limiter, it won't allow you to shift. So it stayed up at 7,000 RPM for about 1.5 seconds, which we think did a little bit of top-end engine damage, and that was halfway through the race. So a brand new engine went into that car last night, as approved by a technical delegate, Chris Papadopoulos, so all within the rules, because we believe there may have been some damage. So a brand spanking new engine in that car. But I think, look, Jordan Lloyd, there's no doubt that that car, the chassis, has been working for him very well. He's just able, you have a look at the attitude. The car is just really well balanced this weekend.
A lot of testing miles at this track for Team BRM in the lead up to this event and also pre-season. Thomas Randall missed one of the pre-season tests here because he was studying for university exams. And that's the difference between being first and second right now. That's all the things you have to account for in a junior formula.
This battle here between the two AGI teammates. Vernon actually, at the moment, is looking very good to finish second for the weekend in that Tool Force car. We know Gretsch, unfortunately, had an incident in race 1, or a mechanical incident, that is, so he's got nothing to lose. Having a bit of a look, he's a little bit far back, but no, manages to get through. Smart. But he's been squeezed off the road there. I don't think he'll like that one too much, although he didn't actually lose that much momentum.
A bit harsh. He left the door open for his teammate, and his teammate wasn't exactly handing many favours out at the exit of the corner. Is this going to leave him vulnerable to the youngest man in the field, Lewis Leeds? Just the speed they carry through here. No chance of lifting yet. Wait for it. And roll off the throttle there. And then all the way back down to second gear. Lock up from Goddard that time.
Yeah.
And a little one from Leeds too.
Good effort for Zane Goddard. He had that incident yesterday. He's bounced back strongly to being P3. Just chasing down, trying to use his teammate, the far more experienced teammate, up out in front as a bit of a carrot for him. The track, I think, is a little bit quicker, a little bit more cloud cover. So 34.7 for Lloyd last time round, 35.0 for Randall, but a 34.70 for Zane Goddard. So actually 700ths faster.
How's the defensive stuff from Randall? Goddard setting the fastest lap of the race, like you mentioned. Had a great run onto the back of the Dream Motorsport car, but Randall was not going to open the door. He says if BRM on a 1-2, you're going to have to earn it. Recently turned 16 years of age, Zane Goddard. Just before his home race up on the Gold Coast. Making the most of his testing miles here. PWR and also Race Centre on the side pods. Just quick adjustment of the mirrors there for Randall. He'll need them because he's under heavy fire. It's not like looking in the mirrors of a street car. The view that you really get in those things is a blur.
It is, isn't it?
A colour go one way or the other, that's where you know where they're going. Nowhere near as clear as our pictures on TV are.
What's Leeds going to do here? It'd be very ambitious to go up the inside here. Yeah, didn't think that was going to come off. Jimmy Vernon had to turn in. He had nowhere to go. Had he not turned in, he would have gone off onto the marbles there. See if Leeds can get a run onto the front straight this time around. Probably cost himself actually a car length or so by just having that little look. May have rattled Vernon a bit, but the downside was that he's just lost a little bit of momentum.
Will Brown's caught onto the back of Caitlin Wood, so whatever happened to Will, he's not lost a lap. He's back on the end of the train. Yeah,
it's a real strange one, actually, and he's still 4th or 5th, and in fact, he's still looking like taking out the Rookie of the Round award at this point, just ahead of Harry Hayek on 28 points. So Will Brown, even though he's down in P10, would still be the rookie winner of the round.
And just 2 points would separate them going into the last round for that Burson Rookie of the Year award. So that'll be very exciting to see on the streets of Sydney Olympic Park. Randall still hanging on to second here, but Lloyd doing more than enough. Here comes Leeds. This is a better chance to pass. He's got the inside line down at the turn 4 hairpin. He brakes late, downshifts cleanly, but has he gone a little bit too wide? Nice work at the exit by Vernon to get the spot back.
Absolutely. He saw he just gave him plenty of room, slowed the car up a bit more than Lewis, which meant he was able to get on the throttle earlier, the old over and under trick, and pulled it off nicely. So good clean racing and very smart driving by Jimmy Vernon.
And Gretsch has caught Goddard and Randall, so the battle for second is on. You can just see them fighting away, coming down into MG now. So we have a 3-car fight for second. Gretsch has been fast all weekend. He's been looming. We know that Randall's struggling for speed a little bit. Goddard can't seem to get around him. Oh, look at the exit that Gretsch has. He's got a fantastic run. He's about to pour the pressure on. He's almost mistimed it a little bit. This will let Randall have half a breather. Now he pulls back into the slipstream. It was all a bit awkward. We know he can pass on the outside. He proved that in race 1. Are we about to see another famous sweep around the outside move from Gretsch? Not quite. Goddard holds on. Good racing between these two.
Yeah, nearly towed up too early, didn't he? Had to pull out coming onto the front straight, and that just put him out in the dirty air, and then had to go back in to try and get into the clean air and get a little bit more of a tow. But look at him, he's just got so much speed going at the moment, Tom Gretsch. This is actually the wrong side of the road because it's now going to be the outside for Honda. So it'll be a big move to, and he's done the switch back. Left, right, will it rattle the young 16-year-old? It hasn't yet. Zane's got his eyes forward and he's not overly defensive at the moment.
Through the dummy, that was the old Daniel Ricciardo move. You think I'm this side, but then at the last minute just launch it the opposite side of the racetrack. Didn't quite work. The halfway home marker now. Here we go.